Hey everyone, it's Karen. So it is like 5:45 in the morning. I'm up this early. Normally I don't even wake up until 6 because I have a dentist appointment at 7:20, trying to fit in stuff before school, which leads me to kind of the idea of this video. I'm going to be talking about what I'm going to be reading and focusing on in October. So October is kind of like the start of fall. There's like leaves falling off trees, and we're transitioning into like this quiet winter time of just like settling down and just being with ourselves and being kind of like cozy in our own homes. And it's really making me think a lot about time. I have started to read this book, 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals by Oliver Burkeman. This was recommended by this yogi that I follow. I will link her channel below. And I haven't gotten any farther than the last time I talked to you about this because I haven't had time. So let's talk about time. Basically, this summer, I have been working 25,000 jobs. And people have been asking me, like, how can you do it? Like, it's insane. And it was fine, but now it's not fine. I think the thing that made it not fine is that I've started back at my full-time job, which is not just showing up at work and leaving, but there's a lot involved in it. And it's definitely like something that I need to focus on and that I want to focus on. Like, I can't just show up for the kids and leave. I need to prioritize just really focusing on them and really putting in like above and beyond time and effort and all that stuff, which whatever. So I really need to recharge on the weekends and on the evenings. And basically what I would like to do in October is drastically like chop off all the excess, cut away all the things. I want a lot more blank space in my schedule for me to choose what I want to do. Like, maybe one day I feel like going to the beach after work. Maybe one day I just want to stay home and read. Maybe I want to go to yoga. I just want more space to be able to decide what I feel like doing. So that's something I'm personally going to be working on in October, is making some tough decisions about what is worth my extra time. Obviously, I'm not going to quit my full-time job, but beyond that, what is worth my time, and what is valuable for me to continue. And that also kind of relates to my reading. This month, I am not going to be reading anything I have to read. So I have all these books behind me that I've already hauled that are new, and I would definitely like to get to those. Those are kind of towards the top of my list. And then I also have my TBR cart, which was basically the books that were in that plastic tub. I've been making a tub for every month of the year. I have like 6 tubs, so 6 months, and then I refill the tub for whatever is 6 months later. So I just refilled this one for March. September's is now going to be March's tub. Anyway, but I thought I would show you what's on my cart as possibilities, but just know this is the month of relaxation, of cutting stuff, so that this winter I can really just like chill and not have too much on my plate. So some options. Let's talk about fiction first. I want to read Once and Future Witches. I thought this would be good for Halloween. Basically, what is it about? In 1893, there's no such thing as witches. There used to be, in the wild dark days before burnings began. But now witching is nothing but tidy charms and nursery rhymes. If the modern woman wants any measure of power, she must find it in the ballot box. And then I think it's basically, I don't want to read more, but I think it's kind of like a feminist witch sort of thing. I've heard it's really good. Then going on with the witches theme, I have A Discovery of Witches. Now this book I have read before. I've read the first one and the second one, and then I just kind of stopped. But I would really like to try these again. I just recommended this to a friend recently and she gave it 5 stars. So I'm excited to like kind of dive back in and then complete the series. I believe there's 4. Then I have a signed Karen Slaughter book, Pieces of Her. I heard these are pretty graphic, so we'll see how it goes, but I think it's just like kind of like a suspense thriller sort of thing. I would love to tackle this beast, but again, no pressure, no pressure. Another Wendy Webb book that I haven't gotten to, this is the End of Temperance Dare. She tends to write kind of like ghost sort of stories, although some of her more recent ones are not so much about ghosts. I don't want to read the back, I just want to go into this. I have a graphic novel, Roller Girl, which I want to read so that I can put it on the shelf for my kids. And then finally, I would love to read Stephen King's books in order. So even though it is on here, I kind of want to start at the beginning and read Carrie. And then for nonfiction, I have a graphic novel, A Fire Story, and I believe I picked this because the story takes place in October. I would have to check, but I'm pretty sure that I specifically picked certain stories that were nonfiction if they took place in the month that is the tub that they're in. And then Why Evolution is True. I already started this book like years ago and I found it so fascinating. So yeah, I definitely want to get back to that one. I have kind of a self-care book, Radical Compassion by Tara Brach. And finally, this one was recommended to me, or just in general to anybody, by Sarah from Your True Shelf, and it is My Life in Houses. I think she said this was a book that was on her shelf that she hadn't read yet, but I'm not quite sure. Basically, it's about this woman and all the different houses that she's lived in, and I think she just kind of, you know, talks about like how houses impact your life and all sorts of things. I'm not really sure. It's a memoir though. So that is my goal for the month of October. I'm curious what you guys are going to be reading in October, but also kind of what your intentions are for the month or what kind of thought processes you have regarding your goals. I'm also starting Silk and Sonder this month too, so that will be really fun. That is a journal company, and I'll probably share more about that throughout the month. Anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing day and an amazing start to October tomorrow. Bye.